Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Today I have with me Rajesh Govindarajulu. You've already heard him on one episode. Now this is the second episode in Pages in History, and we are going to be taking a look at what the Marathas contributed. Many of us may not know this, but they actually controlled most of India for about 150 years, from the time Shivaji ascended the throne to probably when the British decisively defeated them in 1800s. There was a 150-year period where they actually not only controlled India, but they also made Hinduism much more inclusive. They got everybody under the same umbrella, and there were some great important dates that were established as part of this. So we're going to be talking about a few heroes today, but the idea here is those three important dates that came out. And it is our hope that the Indian government realizes, or I should say the Bharatiya government realizes, the importance of these three dates and have declared them as what they ought to be. We're going to come to that in just a few minutes. Now let's first welcome Rajesh Govindarajulu. Rajesh ji, namaskar and welcome.
Namaste, namaste. So happy to be with you once again.
Rajesh ji, let us start back from the third battle of Panipat. Viewers, you would have seen Ashutosh Gowarikkar's Panipat movie, and you would have also seen Bajirao Mastan. I think that may not be, I don't know who made the movie, it's not important. These are giving you some glimpses of what happened in the Maratha history. But here, we're going to start from the third battle of Panipat all the way and go up to through 100 years, how things evolve, and the more important, dates, timelines. Over to you, sir.
I'm so happy to be here today for a simple reason that there are 3 days that we should remember and that we should timestamp and celebrate them. It is a bounden duty to do that, and that will be the best tribute to these great nationalists and inclusive heroes. Let us start with the third battle of Panipat, sir. The third battle of Panipat saw the Marathas being defeated by the Afghans. The son of the Peshwa, Balaji Bajirao, his name was Vishwashrao. He was killed in battle along with the number of Maratha Sardars. And Balaji Bajirao got disheartened and he passed away. He was succeeded by his other son, 𝗤𝙁𝙁 Madhav, who was a 16-year-old lad, who was a little sick also. He did not live very long. He lived for another 11 years only, until the year 1772. However, he was smart and wise enough to restore the prestige of our country and the Marathas over the 11-year period. And had not the third battle of Panipat resulted in the loss of face for the Marathas, Buxar would not have taken place, and the East India Company may not have been able to take over India at least for another 100 years or never. So therefore, 1761 and Panipat are very, very significant. Just as though we call constituencies as bellwether constituencies, this war was a bellwether war. So what happened is, Madhav Rao worked out. He recaptured all the territories, consolidated the Maratha Empire, and he made it as great as ever before. And at its peak, the Maratha Empire was 2.8 square million kilometers. Modern India is a little over 3 million square kilometers. So you can understand the importance of the Marathas. And they also had 4 important chieftains: the 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙀 of Baroda, the Bhonsle of Nagpur, the Sindhi of Gwalior, and the Holkars of Indore. So they were being administered by the emperor through the Peshwa. The Peshwa was the administrator and the de facto ruler, and the post had been made hereditary post Balaji Vishwanath, one of the most influential Peshwas, who was the Peshwa between 1713 and 1720. So with the passing away of 𝗤𝙁𝙁 Madhav Rao, his young brother Narayan Rao was made the Peshwa, and unfortunately he was assassinated by his own uncle Raghunath Rao's team. And after his passing away, Raghunath Rao was about to be declared as the ruler. He got the permission from the emperor. He was about to assume his seat, at which point of time the honest and sincere, upright Chief Justice of the Maratha judiciary, Ram Shastri Prabhune, did investigation, a study and research, and declared Raghunath Rao as the perpetrator of the crime, and he convicted him. Therefore, Raghunath Rao was not able to ascend the Peshwai. And this declaration took place in the open court on the 31st of October 1773. Friends, let us timestamp this day as the National Day of Justice. The National Day of Justice, or the action of Ram Shastri Prabhune, gave birth to a republican form of government under the Marathas. Let's see how it took place. Balaji Janardhan Banu, popularly known as Nana Fadnavis, was born in the year 1742. He took part in Panipat. He came back disheartened. Torale Madhav Rao, the young Peshwa, took him into the administration and he kept working. And all these things took place over the next 10-12 years. And he felt that it was time to create a representative form of government of that scale, or of a scale unheard of in India for the first time. So, along with 11 others, he created a Karbhari Sarkar. So, this government came into being on the 30th of January 1774. And many of these people who were part of the administrative setup were more strategists and administrators, and only a few of them were belonging to a military background. And yet, this government, this Karbhari Sarkar, the representative government, was able to lead the country for another 2+ decades and pushed the capture of India by the East India Company by another 30 years. That is their contribution. What else did they do? What were their achievements? They defeated the Nizam of Hyderabad, Hyder Ali, Tipu Sultan, the Afghans, and the East India Company. They were only ones in the 18th century to do so, and they were recognized globally for the same. Unfortunately, our history books in school and in college talk about this as the Maratha Confederacy with 4 kingdoms and a titular Peshwa. I don't think that was the right thing. We should talk about it as the Maratha Empire, because rightfully, as you said, sir, the East India Company took over India from the Marathas, and the dream of Shivaji was fructified by Baji Rao, by Madhav Rao, and taken to greater heights by Nana Fadnavis and the great warrior general, unrecognized warrior general of India, Maji Sindhi of Gwalior. He fought battles for a number of years, won everywhere, no fatigue, and he ensured that Indian pride and the Indian flag was flying really high. And it would be our fault if we do not celebrate the 30th of January each year as the first Republic Day in India. Our Republic Day on record is the 26th of January 1950. But we have had a republican representative form of government almost 2 centuries prior to that. And I feel, and many of us feel, that we should not miss it out. Let us celebrate this Republic Day as ever, but let us recognize the 12 heroes and 𝗤𝙤 𝗍𝙑 who formed the Karbhari Sarkar by celebrating 30th of January as the first Republic Day. It's very important to celebrate this day, and that would be the greatest tribute to our own people who sacrificed their all. They took a milk oath, they sat together, they heard people out. There were differences of opinion. Sometimes it led to fissures which would have led to fractures in the group also. But yet they stayed together, and it was a great thing for those times. And the Mughals were reduced to nothing because of the Marathas. And finally, on the 1st of December 1784, the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam handed over the power to levy, collect, administer, lead everything to the Marathas. At last, the second battle of terrain between 𝗣𝗖𝗎 Chauhan and Muhammad of Ghori was avenged, and an Indian government with Indians at the helm, inclusive Indians at the helm, came into being, though for a short period, on the 1st of December 1784. That can definitely be called as the first day of Bharatiya independence. The contribution of the great nobles, the commanders, the strategists and the soldiers need to be saluted, and I think we should do that. I should further add that Punyashloka 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙀𝘀 Holkar, who lived between 1725 and 1795, was part of this establishment, and she had contributed her might towards this, and she had contributed towards the development of chowdhuries and temples, restoration of temples like the ones at Varanasi and elsewhere during this period. And her rule coincided with the rule of this Karbhari Sarkar group, which consisted of Nana Fadnavis or Nana Fadnis and 𝗤𝙤 𝗍𝙑. So I call upon all of you through PGurus, the ebullient channel, to celebrate and timestamp 3 days. The 31st of December 1773 as the National Day of Justice, the 30th January 1774 as the day of the First Republic, and the 1st of December 1784 as the first Independence Day. And we will always remember that it was not easy. Independence had been won and had been lost. So we should not lose it once again. Therefore, these dates will help us remember that we should preserve our integrity, our unity, our inclusiveness and our freedom as ever, and ensure that our nationalist forces will take care of the country in a very inclusive manner. So let us use the year 2024 to celebrate these 3 events, and we really look forward to coming to Pune or to Delhi to celebrate these 3 days. I am really grateful to Notion Press for their wonderful book, The First Republic, The Untold True Story of the Imperial Karbhari Sarkar. It was written by the young author Venkatesh Rangan. The book is unputdownable, fabulous. After going through this book, a few of us had a small discussion, and we felt that we should take this as the extract from this book and bring it out to the people of India. Let us make a beginning, friends, this year and now. Vande Mataram. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk about these 3 important dates, and I'm grateful to you to give me this opportunity along with the rest of the country, and let us celebrate, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, viewers. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.